All right. Hello, everybody. It's great to be with you. It is the day after the full moon, or I guess we're still like in the full moon energy. I'm Haley Jones, and I'm a clown voyant, and I'm just going to do a reading on the collective core energies coming up for the masculine and feminine dynamics. Now, have mentioned in videos before that there's less of a separation than there's ever been. So there's really like this, like the as above, so below uh, energies are like it's all whatever is within you is also being shown externally. So there's a lot of these pieces kind of at play. All right. So, what we are looking at for the masculine components within us, we have metamorphosis and radiance. Okay. So, what I see when I see these cards is there's a shedding that has been occurring for many months now. And what we're seeing as these energies shed and move is more masculine radiance coming out. It's masculine stepping into their power. Of course, we just had the turn of the seasons in the northern hemisphere to the season of summer. So what we're looking at with that is really this beautiful, expansive, like, the days are long, like the sun is bright, like it's hot outside, like we're really kind of in these more masculine energies. Um at least I am. And yeah, so in being in that, we have this metamorphosis happening. Now, what's happening with the feminine is this destiny. Okay, so I really feel like the feminine components are really embodying like full circle of life. And look at that, even the sun is here. So I love that we get the sun card, and we're seeing that reflection. So, but to me, this is like this overarching, like, the feminine is holding the bull. There's this sense of fertility, this like endless cycle. It's also echinacea, which is like a healing medicine. So it's like as the feminine embodies like being this neutrality, this being able to hold the whole picture, being balanced and full within. The other beloved component is being able to do this work. So it's like this is the higher, this is the above, this is the below. And as we witness these different things occurring, it's quite beautiful, because what emerges then is the peaceful warrior. Okay, so this is going on in the shared energy of the peaceful warrior. And, this is aggressive medicine. Whenever we work with Badger, it works with roots. Thistle is such a fun one to pick because it has, pokes and thorns, but it's also such a powerful medicine. So what I'm really feeling with all of these in conjunction, it's like we also have a lot of like purple flowers going on. So I feel like there's a lot of like crown chakra, like clarification going on. It's just this full like this burst. So I'm going to draw a few cards just to see what's going on, how this looks in the physical. And we're going to start with ladies first, so the feminine first. All right. And for the masculine, excellent. Okay, this is really making sense. All right. Oh, okay. So, what we have here is quite beautiful. So, for the feminine, what we're working with is this Six of Pentacles. And what I heard was reciprocity. So, this act of really being able to exchange, to receive, to seeing this. Hey there, it's good to see you. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. When I get through this, I'll take any questions that you have or anything that you'd like to look at as well. Okay, so for the feminine, in complementary with the destiny, it's this act of receiving. Now I'm really feeling this full circle energy. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of energy coming in that's going to be very grounding. It's very, I mean, it's not just going to be coming in, it's actively coming in. We're feeling this balance of really being able to drop into being receptive, and while we receive, we hold the picture of the whole thing. We allow it all to kind of grow and expand within us. Now, for the more masculine component, we've got this Ace of Cups. All right, this is a new beginning. This is this fresh heart energy. And what comes out with both of them At the top is the Fool. Okay, so these three cards dancing, it's like the receiving, the birth of new love, and this new beginning. Okay, the Fool card's been coming up a lot because it's this like continual cycle of like really leaping into these new experiences, these new dynamics, moving on, moving forward, because I'm hearing like this sense of it's time to walk the walk, talk the talk. It's the time of embodiment, and we're really getting to see this coming into being, which is extraordinarily powerful. Cool. So those are the little messages I have brought forward today. If you would like your own reading, those of you who are tuning in, just put your comment into the chat or your question or where you'd like to explore. Anything around this full moon, anything, yeah, anything you're wanting a little inquiry around. I am here for it. Don't be shy. Um, yeah, I found, like, the energies kinda leading up to this moon were quite angsty for me. There was a lot of, like, "Woah, woah, woah." And then, like, as this full moon energies come, there's been a real softening and, yeah, just kind of wanting to feel and be sensitive and sweet, so it's always nice to tune into what that's about. All right. Well, if nobody has direct questions, I'm just going to ask for guidance to read for those who are here. And yeah, so I'm going to open up. This will be for somebody who's here. Oh, here we go. Here we are separate now. Should I call my husband for reunion or wait? Um, okay, well, I'm going to just look at the energies between you and your husband, and we'll see what those energies are active. So I'm going to use these cards here, the Light Seers deck. All right, so we're going to start with you. What's the energy as it relates to your relationship, your dynamic? Okay. And what's going on with the counterpart, what we need to know, what to look at. Great. And lastly, what's happening in the third energy. Okay. Uh-huh. Ooh, very interesting. So your question was around communication, and you got the Eight of Wands. All right, this is a really clear indication to me of always around communication and swift communication. So it could be since this is for your side, I drew more for the feminine component. But what I'm seeing is it's either you have the choice. You can either wait to receive a call or you can take action. Eight of Wands could go either way. It's not definitive. Let me just ask for a card. Well, so and then for your husband, we got the High Priestess. Now, what's interesting, if you look at these two cards together, this is kind of this act of receiving the communication. All right, but both of these are very like they're not particularly grounded energies. They're more of just like this, it's like the wind. It's the swiftness of movement. It's also fiery, it's like it can move fast. And the shared energy between you is the lovers. Now, the lovers card is always great when it comes up in a love reading, and obviously this one is quite steamy. But I always say that, the lovers does indicate a choice. All right. It doesn't always mean that you're in perfect union. So I'm going to ask for clarification on all of these cards, just so we can say maybe weigh a little more heavily on one way or another as far as if you should initiate contact or if you should wait for contact. But what I do see with the masculine or the husband being in a high priestess mode, is that there's a lot of learning of being receptive, kind of moving through. Okay, so is it in the highest for our friend here to initiate the contact? Okay, we have okay. What do we have here? Um, all right, so three cards fell out, and they tell a little bit of a story. So what I'm kind of getting is this past, present, and future energy. So the first card to fall out within the story is, there's been movement. There's been like a need to kind of get away, or and you even said this, that there is a separation going on, and this is very indicative of that. There's been a movement, but what I always see with this Ten of Wands card in particular is this: it's like an intentional, like, packing up the luggage and being specific about what it is that you want to bring with you and what you want to tolerate. So I think as it relates to you, I mean, I don't know the details of your separation. You don't need to go into that. But what I really feel is it's like this clear time of really being able to discern your own boundaries. So it's like this space that has allowed you to be like, okay, like, what do I want to tolerate in my life? What do I want to cultivate in my life? And, is this relationship serving that? So it's always taking these times for, like, is this, uh, how does this time serve you apart? Now, what comes forward is it's like this lightning like insight that moves through you. So an invitation I would, do with this, coming also with the Eight of Wands, because there's a similar, like, urgency in that. So I'd like you to just take a moment and, like, feel in your body, like, if you were to make a phone call right now and, share with him what's been coming up for you, what you're feeling, how would that feel? Or could you be in a more receptive mode to just ask him what's been going on for him? What is the nature of that phone call? And so I really feel like it's getting into that state of feeling through those different timelines of, okay, how will I continue to feel if I don't take action? How will I feel when when and if I take action? And what does that action look like? And really being mindful of how that sits in your body. So often, when we get stuck on these, like, which way to go and how to move, we don't trust our own instinct as to what needs to be brought forward. So I love this as, like, the lightning, it's like a lightning bolt of insight of suddenly you're just going to know what the right choice is for you. And while we're in the process of either waiting for the lightning bolt or even discerning what that is, it's wonderful to use the power of imaginations to really feel in to what it would feel like to make that connection now. Okay, so a little more insight on this moment, or how it impacts him. Him. Let's do that. Okay, so the how it impacts him would be the sun. Now, earlier in the reading I was doing before everybody popped on, there was a lot of this masculine sun energy. And what does this look like? It looks like a lightning bolt. We're getting the same message here. I'd be curious to see what's sitting and how it's feeling in your own body. But the cards are indicating that you reaching out would be positive for all of you, but I would wait to reach out until you feel that, like, clear insight is to why. You don't want to reach out and be like, you want to be clear and grounded. You want to imbibe this type of feeling of, like, I'm a full radiant presence, and I'm sending you this so that the masculine component can receive that. Okay. And how does this communication impact the relationship as a whole? I'm going to draw one more clarification card on that. Okay, so the reason is, you know, the, the reason to wait for the lightning like insight is really so that you have clarity. Okay, so you want to be clear so that you're not in any of this type of energy. That's really, I think, the I, I do think it is wise to make the call, but definitely get in your own clarity. You don't want to feel any of this energy. You want to be in this type of energy before making the call, if that makes sense to you. And you said, yes, I am healed now. So I think that answers your question. And yeah, I hope it goes well, and that you receive, like, yeah, your own clarity around what it is that you're going to share. And really, like, just really feeling this, like, really strong heart energy from you, of, like, really arriving in your heart center. And uh and sharing from that place or allowing that. So really great. Well, thank you for tuning in and asking a question. That is always a very brave and bold to do, and I'm glad it's helpful. You can always feel free to follow up if you need it or you need additional support. All right, cool. I'm gonna do one more reading for anybody who watches this in the future. This will be for you directly. Anybody who finds this is what we're cultivating. So we're just gonna do a 3 card spread. Card one, card two, three. Oh, and then a whole pile followed out, but that was way too many. Interesting. Okay, cool. All right. Ooh, what an interesting spread. Okay, so 3 cards, maybe for the one who just popped on, maybe for somebody who watches later, who knows? We've got a 3 card spread that begins with the Knight of Swords. So the I'm just tuning in to what it is, the frequency that I'm getting from this. So, the Knight of Swords. Now, there's always a fun energy in this card about running to something or running away. And it's kind of however it impacts you as to what you feel. I think for this, what I hear is there's been something that's being avoided, something that's not quite wanting to be looked at, that you're like, it's just like, if I keep ignoring it, it'll all go away, right? And the deal is it won't. It's not going to go away, and you're going to have to look at it instead of the way of trying to get away from the energy and avoid the thing that's moving forward. The invitation here is the Hanged Man. So it's really to sit with whatever problem it is that you're digesting or you're trying to avoid, and reverse the perspective around it. So really flip the problem upside down on its head and sit with it in a deliberate manner. I also feel that there's been like an avoidance of the feelings specifically that come up with this problem, and it's really like up to you to kind of get into that emotional center. It's coming out of like the mental energies of like, I just don't want this, and really dropping in, to that heart and to that higher heart center. That's what the message I'm really getting from this glow. It's not as necessarily as much of a crown chakra into activation as it is a higher heart activation that's going on. Now, whatever this thing is that you're working with, the wheel comes forward. And what's really beautiful about the wheel is this turning of events in your favor. It's really allowing something to become illuminated within that process, and then you being freed, not only from the problem itself, but you're freed because you've been able to embody the solution in a way that's sustainable. And I'm hearing that there's a lot of balance. There's a lot of like playing with the polarities as you do that, which would be a callback here to our Hanged Man. Playing with the polarities more than like flipping the world upside down and saying, wait, like, what if I look at it from this angle? And the more you do that, and the more you cultivate like this hangman energy as a tool, with the wheel energy, you really get to find and cultivate a really brave balance. And I'm really like, I'm doing this motion, but it actually feels really good. It's like I'm balancing these parts of myself. So I think that's even the invitation here. It's like, go do some aerial silks. Just kidding. But it is that thing of like, how can I involve my body in my decision making? Whereas my body before went into fear mode and like just wanted to run away from a thing. What happens when I stay? But how can I stay and move the energy simultaneously? And that's a really beautiful and divine dance to enter with. So I hope that is a solution to whatever problem and insight was being brought forward for that particular person tuning in now or later. All right, I feel called to do one more spread for one more person, or this might be related just to another issue of somebody else who's tuning in, but it feels good to do, and we are doing it. Okay. I was guided to mix the cards up in a very unique way. Let's see what is going on. All right. So as we clear the energy and we allow for things, here we go. Um, Here we go. I'm gonna do another 3 card spread. It's the easiest to read, because it's past, present, future sort of vibe. Oof. It's interesting. Both of these, the middle card flipped up first. Might be an indication it wants me to move with that. Okay, this is a really interesting spread. So the first card or the second card I drew with this is the present energy. Now, this is not really the funnest of energies to be here. The Three of Swords, okay? This is heartbreak, this is turmoil, this is being lied to. This is like excruciating pain. It doesn't feel good. And I'm almost actually getting there's an actual physical pain coming with this one. It's not just like a heartbreak. It's like, it's like a lifestyle break, like some sort of situation has happened that's like cracked open and it's like this is not what I thought reality was, and it's causing like physical stress or anxiety. So this is definitely not a fun card to be in, so I have compassion for whoever is in the present in this. Now where this came from was the Seven of Cups energy, which is a place of indecision. So what I almost hear is just like in the weighing of options, you made a choice and you made a choice that actually did not serve you well. It didn't feel good. It was like, if you could go back, you would do it all over again. And that is not a super fun place to be. I definitely, see and hold you in that. Now, there's good news though, because do not fear. A lot of times when we go down these paths that are uncomfortable or we choose the wrong path, it's because there was something down there that we need to learn and grow from. And where this ultimately takes you is this Queen of Pentacles energy. I'm also hearing that this could relate to a maternal figure, whether it's a boss or a mother. So there could be some. I'm almost getting it down, and this is very specific, but that it was involving, like, caregiving for a mother, or having to make life and death choices for a mother, like, something involving a hospital, and it really didn't feel good. This is the card of ultimate grief, right? So it's like you were in charge of making some really heavy, intense decisions, and, it led to an outcome that was not immediately favorable. However, what I sense with this card is, like, if you are grieving the loss of a mother or a maternal figure, that maternal figure is at great peace now, that she is thanking you for the decision that you made, for the choices. This is so specific. I don't usually get readings like that, but she's really grateful for the energy that you put in, and she wants to acknowledge and recognize how hard it was to make that tough decision. But it was for the greater good of all, and you did the right place. You did the right thing. So I'm gonna bring one forward one more message. What is this, whether this is a yeah, we're just gonna do it as if this woman is communicating, what else she wants you to know. Okay. She wants you to go out and be free, to really, find your own expression and lean back into what brings you joy. Alright? So, whoever this message is for, I hope that that brings you some peace. Your mother loves you, or this maternal like figure really loves you and just wants you to feel happy and free and at peace and ease. And I'm going to bring one more message through. I feel like just there needs to be one more. The Emperor. Okay. And yeah, this feels like, get the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor. What I really hear and see is like lean into whatever the masculine connection is, whether that's a brother or a dad, or a husband. This feels very clear that, this being just like wants you to really relish and like enjoy the support that you receive and trust what the masculine is saying to you, that it's like it's actually there's a lot of loving affirmations going on, and she's watching over. So whoever that was for, that was very interesting. Well, I see there's a couple tuned in. If you have direct questions, I definitely welcome that into the box today. um, if there's an area of life you just want some insight on, just put that right in the chat box, and we will get to looking at it. Ooh. All right. Oh, looks like our friend signed off there. Okay, well, I'm feeling pretty complete. I'm going to give a one card reading just to send everybody off on their day. What deck? I think it's the inner child cards. So we're going to close with this. This is a closing message for all that tuned into this. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, all of the above. Feel free to reach out for me for individual sessions where we can go way deeper. Our closing card for today is the Nine of Crystals, which is a beautiful card, not only of completion. This is a card of anticipation, of allowing things to come into being. It's warm, it's loving, it's the completion of a cycle that is. The right before like the dream is received. It's right before the baby is born. This is the 9-month marker that right really allows for this next brave new chapter to come in. So, what a great message to land on. I thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to connecting again in the near future. All right. Many blessings to you all.